Good morning, neighbors. It is Sunday, February 1st, 2026, and you are tuned in to the Murphy Morning Show. I am your host, Sara, here to keep you company with the latest news, weather, and happenings around Murphy and our mountain neighbors. Let us start with what everyone is talking about this weekend, and that is the winter storm and all this snow. Western North Carolina, including Cherokee County and right here in Murphy, has been under a winter storm warning, with officials urging folks to stay off the roads as snow, ice, and bitter cold move through the region. Local emergency management has been putting out regular storm updates, talking about slick and freezing roads, the potential for several inches of snow, and dangerously low wind chills, especially overnight. And they are reminding everyone to have a plan to stay warm and safe. Many communities across North Carolina have seen accumulating snow and hazardous travel, with the state under a broader storm response as this system makes its way out today. Closer to home, Cherokee County Emergency Management has been sharing storm briefings through the weekend after earlier declarations of a local state of emergency by the county and by towns, including Murphy and Andrews, ahead of the worst of the wintry weather. Officials describe snow-covered and refreezing roads, and they continue to ask drivers to stay home if at all possible, while road crews and utility workers do their jobs and conditions gradually improve. If you have to be out today, give yourself lots of extra time, keep your speed down, and watch for black ice, especially on bridges, shaded spots, and those familiar mountain curves. Regionally, this has been a major winter event for the broader Carolinas and North Georgia. The same system has brought record or near-record snowfall and blizzard-like conditions for parts of the Carolinas, strong winds along the coast, and heavy snow across the mountains. North Georgia communities like Blairsville woke up to multiple inches of snow, stuck vehicles, and very slick roads, and emergency officials across the region have been responding to crashes and urging people to stay off the highways while the cleanup continues. It is one of those classic Appalachian winter weekends where what looks pretty out the window can still be very dangerous underfoot and on the road. On the state level, North Carolina leaders have activated the State Emergency Response Team to help counties deal with the storm. The guidance has been consistent: limit travel, check on neighbors, and be prepared for cold temperatures that can be dangerous if your heat goes out or if you are outside for too long without proper layers. Resources like warming stations are on standby in many areas, and residents are encouraged to keep an eye on official county and state channels for any updates on shelters, power restoration, and road conditions as the day goes on. Before we move on, I want to touch briefly on a health story with implications for our region. Public health officials are warning that the United States is on track to lose its measles elimination status after large outbreaks, including hundreds of cases in neighboring South Carolina and several confirmed cases in North Carolina. Health experts are reminding families to make sure vaccinations are up to date, especially as kids gather in schools and community events, to help protect vulnerable neighbors and prevent further spread across state lines. Now, let us take a look at the weather for Murphy over the next 3 days. Today in Murphy, you can expect cold winter conditions to linger as the storm system pulls away. Temperatures will stay in the 20s and low 30s for much of the day, with leftover snow on the ground. A chance for some lingering flurries, especially early, and wind that will make it feel even colder. Roads that look just wet can still have ice on them, especially this morning, so take it slow, bundle up, and enjoy the snow from a safe spot if you can. Tomorrow, Monday, things start to improve, but it will still feel very much like winter. Look for sunshine or at least partly sunny skies with afternoon highs climbing into the low to mid-30s, and another cold night dropping back into the teens or low 20s once the sun goes down. With that sunshine, snow will begin to melt on treated surfaces, but shady back roads and driveways may stay slick, so keep using caution on your morning and evening routines. By Tuesday, we should see a more noticeable warm-up for Murphy, with highs pushing into the upper 30s or even near 40 under mostly sunny skies. Nights will remain below freezing, so refreezing is still an issue, but each day will chip away a bit more of that snow and ice. It is a good stretch to enjoy the pretty mountain views while also staying mindful of changing conditions from afternoon melt to overnight freeze. And since so many of you love to hear it, here is your simple snow report for Murphy and our neck of the woods. Snow from this winter storm has coated roads, yards, and the surrounding mountains, with several inches reported in spots across Cherokee County and the higher elevations. Travel has been tricky at times, but for those watching from home, it is one of those postcard weekends, with snow on the ridges, frosted trees, and that quiet hush that only comes with a real winter event. Right here, just after the weather, is the perfect moment to ask a small favor if you are enjoying the Murphy Morning Show. If you are listening on a platform where you can do it, please subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update, hit that like button to let us know you are out there, and slam that notification bell so you get an alert every time a new show goes live. And if you find value in this channel, if it helps you feel more connected and informed, please share it with a friend, a neighbor, or a family member who loves this community as much as you do. All right, let us talk about what is happening around town, looking ahead to some community events once the roads and the weather settle down. Downtown Murphy is gearing up for a second Saturday Shop and Sip event coming up in mid-February. On Saturday, February 14th, from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 5 o'clock in the evening, shops in downtown Murphy will be opening their doors with a relaxed social atmosphere, giving you a chance to stroll, browse, and enjoy a little Valentine's season treat while supporting local businesses. It is a nice excuse to get out, stretch your legs, and reconnect with neighbors after a stretch of winter weather. A bit later in the month, there is a special storytelling evening planned right here in Murphy under the banner of Arts in Appalachia. On Saturday, February 28th, at 6 o'clock in the evening, storyteller Paul Strickland is scheduled to appear at an address on Valley River Avenue in town, bringing a night of regional flavor, humor, and heart. Events like this are a great way to celebrate our mountain culture, and they are especially welcome in these colder months when we are all looking for something warm and communal to do indoors. If you are willing to venture a little farther once conditions improve, the Blue Ridge Mountains Arts Association over in Blue Ridge, Georgia, has a full calendar of creative offerings as they get back up to speed after weather-related closures. In early February, they are hosting workshops like stained glass and watercolor sessions, along with ongoing yoga classes inside the Art Center. It can make for a fun day trip from Murphy when the roads are clear, combining a bit of art, a bite to eat in town, and a scenic drive through the mountains. As always, with any winter weather in the forecast, it is a good idea to double-check event pages or call ahead before you head out, since schedules can still change if icy conditions linger. If you do go to any gathering in the next week or two, take your time on the roads, keep an emergency kit in the car, and dress in layers so you can stay comfortable going from cold air outside to warm indoor venues. And remember that in flu and measles season, washing your hands, staying home when you are sick, and keeping up with vaccinations are simple ways to help protect the whole community. That is going to do it for this snowy Sunday edition of the Murphy Morning Show. I am Sara, and I want to thank you for spending part of your morning with me and for caring about what is happening here in Murphy and across our beautiful corner of the mountains. Stay warm, stay safe, enjoy the snow from a cozy spot if you can, and do not forget to subscribe, like, ring that notification bell, and share the show with a friend. I will be back with you tomorrow with more local news, weather, and events right here on the Murphy Morning Show.